One of the things that I've been working on, I'm working with a couple of different gun control groups, is on how actually to use the market to block some of the NRA actions. I did a piece on Hullabaloo and on Crooks and Liars this last week, and one of the ways that the NRA got the whole armed teachers is they provided a lot of money to train the sheriffs to provide the actual armed teacher training. So I've been talking to some of the groups, and I said what to do to block this is to get to the insurance companies first and in the school districts and say, so will you provide liability insurance? And if so, how much is it going to cost? And turn that into actually a market issue, a problem for the people, to saying, hey, we can't afford this. There's no money for it. And that actual technique blocked armed teachers back in 2013 in Kansas when the sole insurance provider, EMC, would not provide insurance to any schools that said that they would arm teachers. And so this is a technique, and there's a number of techniques, and you said earlier about how the politicians would kind of pre-negotiate and be all polite. This is actually a problem with the groups that call the gun violence prevention groups. I've suggested and tried some very aggressive tactics, and they're all, oh, we have to acknowledge the Second Amendment. It's like, no. Right. Recently, I suggested to there was a group up in Romeoville, Illinois, that had a armed protest outside the high school. And so I did a piece about that, and I said, instead of just kind of like, oh, that's so terrible, get to some of the parents and say, well, let's sue these people and find out what their mental problems are, and then also change the law so that open carry is no longer legal, and do an actual both political and a financial action against the people who are making it so they're basically threatening the students. Right. And so I'm working with a couple of different groups to say, here's the kind of proactive things that you can do to push back and make it so that it is financially untenable for the people to keep doing this. And so far, the actual people who are interested in that, they're saying, well, we're being told that we can't do this. And what turns out, the NRA turns around and they're suing some schools for having the walkouts. They demand equal time.
Of course. So, no, that's always the lesson. You got to be ruthless and aggressive with these people. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.